Hello and welcome. Last time I rejigged the roads a little bit and added a new highway access to this side of the city, and that seems to have largely got rid of most of the traffic problems I have so far. I'll say that as there's a long queue there. I mean, I could still do something around here, but I thought I'm going to do something else today, and I want to get back to building. And this big industry bar is what I want to tackle. Now I'm thinking, where can I put in some more industry or offices, and I'm looking at this area. So this is, I'm trying to remember myself now, it's been a while since I did this. What have we got here? So most of this area is residential. We got a tiny bit of commercial there, and we got a line of offices along the front, the seafront there. And I'm thinking, you know, it's going to be a bit boring if I don't mix it up a bit. And I've got a bit of spare space in this corner here. And what I'm thinking is, we haven't tried it yet, is I believe I can do a, well, let's get it set up first. Office specializations, the IT cluster. So, you know, it's quite, again, we've got quite a lot of people working here. Well, correction, we've got quite a lot of people living here. And it would be nice to have somewhere just a bit extra for them to work in. And I'm thinking maybe I'll continue a road off there, and then, I don't know, maybe swing it round in a sort of like a gentle arc back to here. So once again, rather than just talking about it, let's actually do it. What settings have I got on? I'm not entirely sure yet how I want this to look. I'm just going to go freeform road now. As I think I've mentioned before, one of the things I want to try to avoid is making this a bit too grid-like. Can I get just a little bit more bend there to make that a bit? I don't like that bit. So maybe just the regular bend. How's that looking? So whilst it's a bit less common in an office area, with a residential area you might get the cul-de-sac approach, and it's not impossible to do something similar as well for an office area. I'm just thinking in real life what would happen. I don't want to go the inner city grid arrangement. So you might have like a dedicated office. I don't know what you would call them actually. It's not industrial, but a business park. Could you call it a business park? So you just have like a load of offices and things like that. And the roads in those tend to be quite varied. So what I'm thinking actually is there's not that much space in here actually. And again, just to avoid too much grid I can't say the word, rigidity, could I curve something into here so they don't necessarily have to connect up road-wise, although I'll probably put in some paths just to keep the options open. So I'm just thinking, how do I want to do it? So the connections will be on the inside, it wouldn't be onto the main road, we don't want to overload that. So I'm thinking we can go from there. I mean, that's taking up quite a bit of space already, isn't it, really? And then I can just do another one kind of like this, maybe. Let's just try that. Let's get the footpaths in as well. Again, this is just to ensure people have options to move around, so they're not tied to using a road. Can I get one between those blocks? Apparently yes. That's just to keep the amount of space available maximised, and probably a straightish one from here. Something like that. So, yeah. I mean, there's not really I haven't given a shortcut access from that side to that side. And they couldn't cross the road there anyway. Can they? But anyway, this means, like I just said, they have some more options other than taking a car. One more here maybe. Just thinking, you know, what would have the minimum impact on usage space? Maybe there. I'm also thinking, even before I put any offices in that area, I just want a little relaxation feature of some sort. The small park is not so small. Plaza with trees, picnic tables. I think trees will be nice. So, yeah, even if they're office workers, they can have somewhere to relax in. Alright, let's get some offices in. I think I'm only going to put in the bigger blocks. I'm not going to fill every small block up. I might or might not put something else in later on. I'm going to go all the way to the main road actually. Do I want to do those? I'll leave that for now. Maybe that one as well. So just to double check my zoning, let's tidy it up a bit, because I'm not, no, yeah, I was going to say I'm not going to use all the space. Is that enough space? I don't know how wide it goes. Just make sure. That should be plenty. So immediately we're seeing this bar go down, that's fine. I might have built a little bit too much actually. So all the people in this residential area, you know, it's not too far for them to get here. Let's just turn the speed up a bit, let them build. Now presuming they got power and water, because yes, I have largely covered this area already. Just make sure we get the little gaps. Should I just join them up on the end actually? I mean, I don't need to, but it's just a completion. Yeah, so as I kind of suspected, that demand is dropping right down now. Just out of interest. I don't know if many people are actually using it. What is happening there? Oh, because of the building. I'm just moving slightly and I was thinking like, what is the camera doing? It'd be nice if I could put another path there, but I don't think there's a room. That ain't going to fit, is it? No. But like I said, it just gives people, you know, just somewhere to relax outdoors. But having said that, that office over there, whoever they are, Solar Panels Inc., they got their own little garden. Now I'm hoping that, you know, if this drives traffic, it'll largely come down this road. It should be okay. It's not good. It's not great for them to come this way, so hopefully they will come this way. It does seem the most logical route to me anyway. Which doesn't necessarily mean, of course, it's the most logical route to the game. The simulation can and may do something unexpected. Okay, I would say that's going okay so far. Okay, I'll put a little path in there and people are actually using it. That's good. I am thinking though, I mean, I'm quite a bit surprised actually. This bar, the demand bar, is still quite strong even after building all this. How are we doing here? I mean, they're not short on staff, which is good. People are educated. 300-ish workers. I'm kind of wondering now. Should I have done more? The demand bar, it did go down a bit, but now it's stabilised again. Do I still need more? Well, obviously I still do need some more because there's still demand for it. I'm just thinking, I'm sure somewhere in here was stats on the people, like how many people you have. I have no idea where it is though. It's not tourism. That's a good point. Do I need another post office? I haven't built one in a while, have I? Have I built one at all? There's one. There's one. I never built one on this side. I think I need to correct that right now. Where was it? It's under transport, wasn't it? Post office. A little bit of noise pollution, so I'm thinking that's probably one of the good things about me putting it by the in leaving some gaps here. I mean, lets me put something like that in. So that should give that area some nice coverage now. I mean, I probably should have at least one more somewhere around here. I don't believe these are negatively affected by noise, are they? So these are tourism. I think they're a noise source. If I check that, yep, they're a noise source themselves. So I'm thinking if I stick a post office here, they won't be too upset, and that might be enough to bridge the gap. Or maybe I can put that there. Just so I don't need that power cable. So let's just double check the mail coverage. That should help quite a lot actually. I mean, it might take a little time to stabilise. Did I build a hub? Hub sorting office, that's the word I'm looking for. I might not have done yet because This is usually something more for late game. All I remember is it's usually traffic hell, so I will want to put it near a good road connection. I don't know which one I will, where I'll put it yet, but that's for something to figure out later on. How are we doing down here? I'm thinking, do I need to... These roads look overkill now because they're not in use. This one is quite busy still. But these I might downgrade to the 4-lane again, just to keep it consistent with the looks off the other roads. I mean, this one is just overkill now. They don't nearly have enough traffic to warrant it. But this way is busy enough. Was there a reason I made it up 6-lane up to there but not here? Should I make this 6-lane as well? Is there a reason this isn't 6-lane as well? If there was, I can't remember it. At least up to this junction, maybe. Now, I'll probably need power, otherwise, yep, they're complaining. And just to give them a bit more coverage, maybe that would help. Just to make this area a little bit more power redundant. Same there. Right, does that help at all with these lanes? I don't think it does. So they're all in the left lane or the right lane. Oh, there, we got one vehicle in the middle lane. So it's still 6-lane, you know, it's 6 lanes all the way. Until it hits a 4-lane bit anyway. Okay, what was I doing? How are we getting on here? I mean, if I go to this view, I mean, it looks like it's quite done, isn't it? I can put a few more buildings in, the gaps. Should I expand it further? Have another block, maybe... You know, that would be quite a big block if I just took another road off here. Should I do that? Because if I do that, I want a connection off here ideally, and I could take it off there, but I would rather take it further back. But that would mean demolishing some of the existing buildings. Or do I put some normal office in? So let's just recap. So along the main road I have offices. And then on the parallel road behind, that's residential. And I could probably put a little bit more residential in, actually. Just a little bit. I don't want to put it all the way to the edge, because normally that is going to... They might complain about noise if I do that. Should I just put some normal offices in, I think? Oh, before I do that, I'll just give a little, just a little footpath there, just to let people sneak through. Now, once again, I'm just thinking, you know, what can I do to maximise available build space? Right, let's try that. So that just gives, again, you know, people in this area have just a little bit more option to get to this road. I mean, it could be nice to have a little crossing there. Where is the footpath? Oh, there it is, between these two very, very tall buildings. But anyway, we've got some normal offices. So they're not too tall, that's fine. They don't dwarf the residential immediately next to them. And it's done apparently. Let's see how we're doing. We've got enough educated people, that's fine. No. Slightly overqualified there. Speaking of which, how are we doing here? Again, we're just slightly short on numbers. Oh, last episode I emptied the cemetery, but I've decided not to get rid of it or anything after all. I've just turned it back on again. My reasoning for that was, again, I wanted to try to keep this city somewhat realistic, and you don't move cemeteries, do you? Once they're there forever. Okay, you could argue that me emptying it was not realistic, but in game timescale they fill up really fast, whereas real life ones, you know, it takes generations. Well, I suppose it does take generations in this game as well, but because it's a sim and we can turn the speed up, generations pass by quickly, unlike real life. I'm wondering if I could... I probably tried it already. Can I smooth that down a bit? Which button is it? Is that smooth? Is that smooth? Is that smooth? That's the one. I don't know if I can budge it at all or if that's quite fixed now. That's probably just too fixed. That's fine. No, I can smooth that off a little bit, just to make it a bit less harsh around here. Just take that corner off. If anything, it might allow me to put another path up there. Is that soft enough yet? How's that looking? I mean, it's a bit steep, but it's not as bad as it was, I suppose. You know, I think you would not be too upset if you wanted to walk up there. And I'm thinking another footpath would just, again, it's increasing the options on how people here might get to there or there. So just a straight footpath, I think, would be nice. Yeah, from this junction here would be good. Do I want to use the... Is that the university footpath I use there? Or was that a park one? Oh, that's a park one. I mean, it just looks a bit nicer. They can have that. And, yep, they certainly like it. They're using it. Now, ooh, that reminds me. I was thinking I could probably use more paths as well, just to connect up here. I mean, so much of my no grid, that will be a grid, but I think in this case it's actually not too bad. So Are all the paths the same or not? No, they're not, apparently. I'm cheaping out. I'm not using any trees on this one. So, like, once again, they don't have a place to cross the road, and I don't know if that's affecting them, how they travel. Because if they want to go from here into there... Oh, I saw someone cross the road there and there. But they're not crossing, like... That's interesting. Should I do something about that? And if so, what? How about... I don't want a bridge. I was wanting to make a tunnel. Space already occupied. But it's complaining about the road, isn't it? I mean, I could do that. No. Why? That's not good. And it wouldn't let me do a tunnel, which is what I really wanted. Maybe a normal path could have done a tunnel, but not the university paths. So if I do... it's an upgrade, isn't it? I don't... Yeah, it lets me do that. Slope too steep. That did not go well because I just destroyed the old one. How else can I do this? Now this could be a bit funky if I zigzag it. I mean, the people walking in it will be wondering what on earth is going on. That's going to be too bendy, isn't it? Right. Is that straight? It is straight. It's just the perspective from when I... So, is that straight or not? Because that's bendy. That should be straight. I'm not sure if this one is straight or not. I think that's a knot. Right. So that one is the last straight one. Right, we might be onto something there. Is that's connected? That's working? Right. So people now have a way to get from this side to this side without having to go all the way there. Wait a second. So they're coming out there, and some of them are then doubling back. Am I seeing that right? So what if... Do I have the room to bring another one up this side? Yes, I do. I think I'll go with that. So they got, again, a bit more option now to get from this side to that side without having to walk around and cross the road and things. So that's this side connected. Should I have something similar here? Or should I make that a bridge? I mean, one thing I could do is to force a crossing there, is to make just a little stub road that goes nowhere. And then I can put the... Did I use that one last time or not? But now they got the crossing. I don't know if I can justify this by putting some building on here later on. Just a small building. I don't know what exactly. Well, it seems I've given that guy a U-turn location at least. Now, something here maybe. Now, one option I have is, why don't I just connect a road up? I did debate in the past if I should have a physical road connection. But I think it is sort of like indirect enough that it should not be a heavy traffic road. You know, traffic should still prioritise coming down this one. And this would just be like a small side access road. Could I do that? Should I? Well, I've done it. Could I or should I? Well, it's not exactly a million people using this, is there? I'll just watch it a little bit longer to see if anything happens. But thinking about it a bit more, since I changed this road to a highway, people can't walk along it anymore. That's an interesting point actually, because it means only this group of housing is able to walk in that way. So what I could do is I could do a footpath connection here, I think. Like that. So now these people also have a way out. I can't... well, actually I could, couldn't I? I mean... will anyone actually use this? Well, it does give them a way out into this area. So that could help. And if I do something similar here... something like that. Let's see how that goes. It's probably not going to have a huge amount of people because there's just not really anything around there. I am debating now. Would it be worth having just like some low density commercial? Just 1 or 2 blocks. You know, just the local shop. That shouldn't cause too much noise, but it just gives them some local facilities without having to travel. What, there? That's the nearest commercial, I think. So this could actually be a bit more useful than I thought. Because this is sort of a specialised commercial. I don't know how the game logic works in that regard. Neighbourhood shop, convenience store, perfect. Is anyone using it? For overeducated workers, highly educated. I could probably do with a schools out zone, residential somewhere. At some point. But next to the university is probably not the best location. That might be better in one of the old zones if I want to revisit those. That's a good point actually. Power's okay, water is low but okay, garbage is okay, school capacity is okay. I don't always remember to check those as often as I probably should. Still, the people want more industrial offices, and the other area I could build something in is this farmland here. But at the same time I don't want to, because this traffic is kind of manageable right now, but it would get worse if I put any more in. That's the concern anyway. Do I even want to look at the mine? Is that because of traffic, I wonder? So they don't have enough ore, they're filling... Yeah, logic's brilliant, game logic. How are we doing here? Cemetery's nearly full. Did I... Just checking on my crematoria again, so we got one there. We've still got one there, one there. We've got two here. Is that enough still? I'm thinking I'm going to plonk one next to this lot, just so that they still, even if these fill up, there's still some coverage on that side. I'm thinking I don't want to put it right in here. This is meant to be for fun. It might not be too bad on this side actually. This is the entertainment side. Or just somewhere behind these offices. So it's close but not too close, if that makes sense. They've got tons of garbage trucks capacity, so is it just logistics, or I don't know. More offices? I'm thinking I'm just going to line this part with normal offices as well. Do I want another footpath? If I do, it'll be there anyway. I'll leave this one for now, because just to keep the door open I might want to put some stuff there. Now just need to double check where I put these zones, because I don't want that to be in the IT, but that should be. Yep, that's perfect. I thought I deleted that because I was going to sneak a little footpath. Maybe I can just put one there actually if that's not in use. It isn't. So that'd be perfect. Now, can I do that, or is that going to clip the corner? That's okay apparently. Probably, yeah. I was going to say because that corner probably isn't in use. Just make sure it stays that way. Right, that's knocked the bar down a bit again. Now is it going to stay down this time? So again, just some normal offices. So might not look too bad actually if you're just driving down here. And then you've got the offices. What is that? Fine financial services. Itsy bitsy critter. Yeah, whatever. Right. And still the demand is growing. Do I keep going all the way down here? Was I going to put something else there? I'm not sure. I didn't have a plan for it, but that could be more residential. Because I think I put that access road in just to keep some separation between the university entrance and the rest. Is that enough for a footpath? Because I think a footpath sneaking through there would be nice. Apparently just enough room. Although yeah. It breaks up that square though. No, it's fine. More offices or not more offices? Ooh. Let's try that. More offices. I'm intentionally wanting to leave a gap there in case I want to build out later on. Speaking of which, and that's a good point to end this part of the video. This was recorded in one session, but it took a bit longer than I thought, and I thought it might be a good idea to split it into two videos. So what's in the next video? Well, the clue is on the screen now. I think you can see something new here, can't you? So come back again for the next video where I build out the train system. See you next time.